So, first, will you start out by just sharing a little bit about your business and what it is that you do?
It's a general dental practice. Was started by a gentleman, his father-in-law, years ago, and then I've been here 17 years. I started as an associate, then was partner. Then I bought him out, and he worked for me for 4 or 5 years. We hired and Dr. Kaylee, who's still with us, who's going to become buying in soon. And then we're transitioning now to Stacy to join us with the intents of keeping it going that way and helping us out.
Yeah,
So
awesome.
I know where we're at
So,
today.
yeah, no, and I know that you have two locations, so that's
Right.
exciting. Your newer
Yeah.
location in
Yes.
Litchfield, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Nice. Good.
Yes.
Glad to hear that.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about what was your main concern before partnering with Beyond Just You?
My main concern was would get the value for such a upfront investment with no guarantee of success, you know.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit of a risk I was slightly hesitant to take, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, are you happy you took that risk?
absolutely, yes. I mean, it paid out.
Yeah.
So, um,
So where were you at in your recruiting process before you started with Beyond Just You?
um, so probably the previous year we were with the local dental society advertising, the state dental society, um, one of the dental schools that are nearby, and then just word of mouth. So we did that. Uh, I did do a little bit with practice transition, which turned out to be really disappointing. And that's where my hesitation came into play. I was like, oh, that was I think it was like $1,000. I was like, oh, there's $1,000 I just donated to them for no, nothing in return in my mind. Where so when I partnered with you guys and Trey kind of explained the process, and um, I was it was efficient. You guys said you would call. You did call. You didn't leave any open promises. We were up front, and I didn't think it took very long. I mean, we were up front that we knew this process because of my location primarily would potentially take a while, but actually I think it went really smoothly. I mean, I don't know if you looked, has it been 6 months? Did it take 6 months?
Yeah, I think that you started with us in September. So October,
Not even.
November, December, January. Yeah, it was about, I would say, probably like 4.5, maybe five
Yeah,
months.
right. So that
Yeah.
was to me, that's quick.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, I think so too.
right.
So ultimately, what did you find as a result with working with us?
I'm very pleased, as soon as July 1 gets here to be better. That's just the timing of where we are with a young graduate. We can't help that. And that's
Yeah.
what we expected, but I'd rather have that graduate hired and waiting for her to finish than June and we're still looking. So this way we can plan, we can hire the staff, we can book the schedule. So yeah, it seems like everything's falling into place the way it should.
Yeah. So with this new hire, what do you believe that you as a practice owner or you as a dentist as well, what do you think that you're going to be able to achieve in finding this success with Beyond Just You and with your new dentist that's coming on?
With a multitude of factors. First, our new location is only open 3 days a week because Dr. Kayla and I can't handle our patient load amongst the two locations. So we're going to be able to open that practice 5 days a week, which is going to give to a community that's needs dental care. There's not as much in that town. Uh, Secondly, it's going to allow Dr. Kayla and myself to go back to working 4, 5 days. You know, instead of 5 days, we can alternate back. It's going to allow us to open the Litchfield office 5 days a week. It's going to allow Dr. Kaylee and I to take some more time off. It's going to allow us to grow our practice, and should be successful for all involved. And it's going to allow a young graduate the opportunity to establish herself, and be successful in her career too.
Yeah, helping the next generation of dentists, but also gaining more quality of life for you and Dr. Kaylee, which I think is super important and ultimately what we all want, right? Is to just have a
Right.
better quality of life, especially because I always say you spend more time with the people at work than you do with your family. So it's important to be able to have that balance, and especially as a business owner, that's really important as well.
Yes, completely agree.
So, was there any specific feature of our partnership that you liked the most or that you valued the most?
Um, the I valued the fact that it was outlined from the beginning of how the process would go, and that you stuck to what you said you were going to do, and bi-weekly updates, just to say hi, just so I knew that, hey, there is someone on the other end, since we are a distance away, and we didn't have a in-person sit down type meeting. But um, that was what I valued the most, is you guys did what you said you would do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. And I enjoy getting to talk to you every 2 weeks, so that was always good too.
yeah, yeah.
So, would you say that Beyond Just You has exceeded your expectations in any way?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't have any regrets. I would do it again. And at the end of the day, now that we have hired one, the fee is very fair for you know to find a dentist to join us. I have no complaints about that or anything. So yeah,
Good.
it was just taking that first step and that slight hesitation I had. Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, anything is a risk, right? And so it's always like the hesitation's there, but I'm so glad that it resulted in the way that it did and that, you have another dentist coming in and it makes me happy and I absolutely adore her and I think that the partnership and what you're able to give her and what um the business and the clinic is also able to give her is just going to be phenomenal for, like I said, the next generation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So overall, would you recommend Beyond Just You to another business owner? And if so, why would you recommend us?
Yes, I would absolutely recommend you guys. I mean, at the end of the day, you helped me find the dentist that we needed to move on to our next level. Um, you guys are polite, professional. Like I've said 100 times, you did exactly what you said you would do. Um, you know, Even you and I had that conversation, like, well, we're talking to one person that we kind of found. You didn't have any hesitation to say, hey, what you guys do on your own is your own thing. What we help you with is uh, between Beyond Just You and us. So I really appreciated that, because I could have seen where you say, well, no, we want to be involved in both, even if we didn't have anything to do with that person. So yeah, everything was just that was perfect. Yeah.
Good. I'm so
So,
glad to hear that. Is there anything else that you would like to add about your experience or any final thoughts, if you will?
um, no, I mean the I liked, like, when I asked you, well, because Nashville is obviously a much more demand market, so to me it'd be easier to find. So when I asked, well, where's some areas near me, you were able to provide me with some locations that are more rural, and not necessarily in Illinois, as in Indiana, but closer. So I was like, okay, that brought a level of comfort. Um, you know, I really appreciate willingness to share that information. Um, yeah, no, I'm very pleased. Yeah, so
Good. Well,
yeah,
I'm so glad to hear that. And like I said before, I really appreciate you taking the time to do this, and it has been so fun working with you. Of course, we're going to stay in contact over the next couple of
uh,
months because Stacy has a little bit of time until we get there.
yeah,
So we'll, stay in contact. But I truly couldn't be happier with number one, our partnership, and number two, the candidate that we did find, because like I said, I just think she's phenomenal, and I think that she's going to do really great things for the practice and for you, and hopefully change your life and get some quality of life
yeah,
back.
yeah, absolutely. And